Hello, everybody. It's Terrie. So great to see you. Welcome to our monthly astrological element breakout for the month of May 2021 for our beautiful, wonderful Patreon group. So guys, what you're going to want to do for this reading is know your elements of your astrological element, right? So fire signs are Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And earth signs are Taurus, Virgos, Capricorns, air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And you're gonna want to use this video as a guide based on your sun, moon, and rising. So throughout this entire video, you'll have the opportunity to listen to the different snippets and apply that to your personal experience for the month of May 2021 and use any of the implementation tools that come up. And thank you very, very much for being part of our beautiful Patreon collective. Don't forget, if you do need a personal, more private reading or you need some guidance, you can use that discount that you have that is in the feed on Patreon. So please don't feel or be shy about it. Go ahead and use it. And I think I'm ready to get going here. So just when I looked into May, my guides gave me the power word of migration. Now I know migration might be like, like how is that the power word? But they're also giving me the sense of not just migration, but integration. So Aries, Aries season has been, but April was a really busy month with a lot of energy and a lot of push forward, right? So what May is asking us to do, and this is generally, what May is asking us to do is to now migrate from our old selves to our upgraded new selves and integrate what we have learned, right? So it's about migrating the most recent experience that we've had and then integrating it into our energy. So what did you learn about yourself where maybe it was time for you to improve, and now in May you can start applying that? So you're gonna wanna implement it and then you're gonna wanna practice it, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead, get going here. We're gonna start May off with fire signs. So if your sun, moon, or rising is in Aries, Leo, or Sag, this is for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull some cards here. Now I use 4 cards, so there's 4 decks that I'm pulling from. And again, this is for the month of May 2021 for sun, moon, or rising, fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sag. I have 1 more card to pick and then we can just kind of get going here. So I appreciate your patience. Here we go. All right, let's do a reveal, shall we? All right, fire signs. I'm nervous because my sun is in Leo and my rising is in Sag. So this will have a lot of bearing on me. All right, here we go. We have the King of Spades. Again, this is for May 2021. We have La Sandia. Oh, that always makes me happy when La Sandia shows up. Chariot, nice. Ooh. And lastly, Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so we have Ace of Pentacles, we have the Chariot, we have La Sandia, and we have the King of Spades. All right, fire signs. This is a month for us to step in. Of course, I'm saying us because my rising is Sag, my sun is Leo. This is a step for us to migrate or step up into that new mindset of deservability and worthiness in regards to what does feel like finances. So it's not necessarily career oriented. It can be career oriented, but this is about owning our deservability and worthiness of receiving prosperity, of money. Now, money can come in different ways, okay? Most of us think money has to be in coins or dollar bills, but Money can also be through gifts of food, for example, because that is money you didn't have to spend and you were able to get food. So for example, you know, you go out with a friend and they offer to pay lunch for you. Well, that is you receiving, you know, some sort of finances. It's an exchange. Yes, no problem. But it is also you sitting back and accepting this, because a lot of us don't want to accept things, right? We think, now this is a fire sign thing, okay? Especially Leo, but it's a fire sign thing to, you know, be more masculine in our ways and like do for others, and have a lot of passion for others, in which we're like leading, right? So we're structure builders. We like to provide for other people, but this is a month where we get to receive, and through that is victory through adversity. Now, I do have to say that there's a flair or a hint of romance to this too. So this could be like someone, maybe you start dating somebody or seeing somebody that is more than happy to pay for you for things or give you gifts, or, you know, anything that there is an abundance of. Again, it's going to mostly show up in the area of finances, but in with that hint or that sense of romance, you know, you can receive the compliments, right? You can receive, you know, like 5 love languages. Like, what's your love language? You can allow it and receive it to happen. So like, for example, mine is time spent, right? I would much rather spend good quality time with someone than them having to buy me like some rich fancy pants ass meal, right? I want to really connect with them. So for me, it's about time. Like, you've been working all day. I'm going to go ahead and I'm still going to come over and, you know, hang out with you. But see, that doesn't have to be financially based, right? It's about receiving what my love language is, which is attention and time, right? So if your love language is gift giving, or your language, I don't know, there's a whole bunch. I'm not familiar with all of them, just primarily mine. But my point is that May, for fire signs, there's a hint of romance and definitely success or receiving of prosperity in terms of finances. So it's a really sweet month for us. It feels really good because we give ourselves permission to receive it. We find our worthiness and deservability, and therefore we can stand in our leadership, which is different than what we normally do, which is be more, you know, maybe more masculine, which is provide or always plan or initiate or whatnot, right? So this is a pretty cool month for fire signs. So Aries, Leo, Sag, Sun, Moon, or Rising, that was for you. Next on deck, we're gonna have the water signs. Stand by. Alrighty, we've got our next segment here, but before we move on, hey, if you're a fire sign and you just enjoyed what you heard, please do me a favor and like this video. And if you're excited to see what's coming up for your sign, like this video too, because what the likes do is it allows other people to also watch this video when I go ahead and release it publicly. You guys on Patreon get it first. But I do at some point later in the month, I do release it to the public, and this way other people can also get this message. And I know that you, yes, I'm talking to you, are a person who wants to be of service to help other people. So this is a really easy way for you to help other people, because then they get access to the video. So please don't forget to like this video. Let's get going now. This segment is going to be for the water signs, okay? So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, okay? Sun, Moon, or Rising. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Here we go. Let me pick some cards. You know, don't forget the overall message of the month for everybody is about migration and integration, right? So how can you, whatever you've recently learned, my beautiful water signs, how will you be able to blend that, to migrate that information, to integrate that information with the info that I'm about to share with you, huh? So I know that it can be done, and I know that if anybody can do it, it's definitely water signs because of your ability to flow. Okay, so here we go. I've got my cards. Let's do a reveal for you. Water signs, again, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We have a Queen of Diamonds. La Palma, nice. Six of Earth. And Two of Pentacles, yes. Two of Pentacles, Six of Earth, Queen of Diamonds, and La Palma. All right. May is asking you guys, you water signs, to slow down and ground. Coming from a super busy, hectic April and Aries season, you're really, well, actually I think more Taurus season. Well, we're kind of still in Taurus. So that's the thing, is we're still in Taurus season. So that's why I keep saying Aries season, because technically we're, you know, when this is released in Patreon, we are still in Taurus season. So you're being called to ground and sit still, relax and rest and balance your priorities. So in order for you to balance your priorities, you have to be clear on what your priorities are, right? Now, taking a rest is really going to help you settle down and get that clarity so you can call in and know what those priorities are. Okay, so things that you may want to do for grounding is do anything that can get you back into your body. So even things like sex, yes, I said it, sex gets you back into your body. Going barefoot on the grass or on the dirt, I would think it's a lot more comfortable for your footsie tootsies to be walking on grass versus walking on dirt, but maybe you have superpower feet, I don't know. Being near nature. And the thing about nature is not so much the fact that it's green if you're near trees or grass, or it's brown because you're near mountains and dirt. It's more about being in the energy and the environment of harmony and coherence, because everything knows how to work in balance, right? The fish swim, the coyotes coyote, whatever. Birds fly, you know, and they all work together. And yes, sometimes the cycle of life, you know, where a lion, you know, attacks a gazelle, it's still harmony and it's still balance within nature. So that's really what you're going for when you are going out in nature. It's not necessarily to be there in the mountains. It's what is it not chaotic like in the mountains. I know that makes no sense, but like, what is the peace and the harmony and the balance within, you know, the desert or the mountains, you know, or a forest, or even at the beach? It's like, you know, at the beach, the waves come in and the waves go out, right? That's harmony and balance, right? So when that happens, you'll be able to get clearer. Well, it's coming up with prosperity and abundance. So it's almost like, this is kind of like what it feels like. There's something percolating for you, but you can't access it because you don't necessarily, coming from such a busy place and a busy season, you don't really have the clarity to be able to identify, well, what do I need to do first, and knock and clear out those layers so that you can find, oh, look, here's what's in front of me, that prosperity and the abundance that I've been wanting. But I've been so bombarded and I've been so clouded and it's been so hidden under all of this bullshit, right? So that's where the migration and the integration is really going to serve you well if you slow down so that you can balance your priorities to get to the prosperity and abundance. So use this time to rest. All right, so that was for the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Next on deck, we're gonna have the earth signs. I'll be right back at you. All righty, Patreon collective, all of you earth signs out there, sun, moon, or rising, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, this is for you, my friends. And I also just, as I'm picking cards out here, I just wanted to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for being part of our group. I know I say this all the time, but I actually mean it each and every time. And each and every time, there's kind of a different meaning to it because we've had and shared so many wonderful moments together. But I do want to say that I'm super grateful to what each of you all contribute to our group. Not only does it help other people, but it helps me too. And I learn a lot from each and every one of you. So I appreciate all of you guys being in the Patreon group. And I love our collective. And we're all just really special. So from me to you, thank you so much for being part of this group. All right, we've got our Earthians. Is that even a word? Earthians are up on deck now. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Here we go. We have the Three of Diamonds. El Corazón. Ooh, this is about manifestation, people. It's happening. Queen of the Earth. And Page of Wands. Okay, Page of Wands. This is all romance, you guys. Page of Wands, Three of Diamonds, El Corazón, and Queen of Earth. All right. This is relationship, and it does feel more of the romantic nature, but I just want to remind everybody that relationship doesn't just have to be romantic. It can also be platonic, right? So relationships with your family, relationships with your friend, relationships with your coworkers. But there's this sense of relationship in romance. Now, I got to tell you, it feels a little rocky. Not terrible, though. Not terrible. But it's almost like there's this sense and a desire to go further in the relationship, for it to grow. So if we're going to apply the main message of the energy of May, which is migration and integration, it's how have you all been relationshiping? What have you learned, and how can you migrate it and integrate it for this next level to manifest, okay? This is about reality creation. You have the capability to create something new in your relationship. You just have to be really pragmatic and practical about it. So you can't be too emotional about it, which, for you earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, y'all are pretty much pragmatic and practical anyway. So use those God-given gifts of practicality and pragmaticism to help migrate what you've already learned in relationship and integrate it. Now, what will happen is if you do this the right way, and the way you'll know if you do it the right way is if your relationship levels up to another deeper, meaningful place. There will be this sense of renewedness and like a new and a young. You hear Yossi clinging away on his little bird perch? I mean, you can't see him, but damn, he's so cute. When's his birthday? March 17. Yeah. All right. Oh, fucking earth sign. This one's for you, bubbas. Being able to really create this more meaningful, deep relationship from this really easy, pragmatic point. And the newness of it is like a revitalization, which really can open up your heart more and your partner's heart more. Now, again, this could just be, maybe you get a promotion at work and now you're working with new people. It could just be deepening friendships as well. But there is this sense of migrating from the experiences that you've had with somebody and taking it to another level and really from a real practical, pragmatic, that's just the way it is. No real analysis, no marinating, no deep dives, just this is it. No real, like if it was a scale, no real emotion either way, just, and so it is, and so shall it be. right? I love it. This is really cool. So if there is somebody that you want to further your relationship with, it's a good month to do it because it's not so emotional. Now, emotion is really awesome, right? Because it helps us as an indicator for where we are in our life, and it allows us to kind of see the reflection of what's going on outside of us. That's how we know what's going on inside of us, right? But what's great about this is that because it's so pragmatic and practical, there's not a lot of attention and focus on it, which means there's actually more of a chance for this to happen. So, you know, romantic wise speaking, like it's a good month. It's a good month. You can definitely take your relationship to the next level as long as you're migrating in a real practical, pragmatic way. And through that process, you're basically decreasing the importance of the intensity of having to be so emotional, which can actually repel or push away this up level, right? All of this is just going to cause a revitalization and a new sense of newness in your relationship. So, you know, if you want a sign as to whether you should or shouldn't, you know, ask that person, or I don't know how you would do it, whatever your style is, but to level up, it's a good month to do that. So that was for the Earthies, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. We have one elemental group left, and that is the air signs. So stand by. Alrighties, last but definitely not the least is our air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising. Let's see what's in store for you guys. So far, I have to say that everybody's, you know, breakout, it seems to be a lot, it feels, and I know you guys can't necessarily know what I'm feeling, but it just feels way more stable, you know? I like that feeling. But, you know, I'm a fixed sign, so I don't like change that much. If I was mutable, that'd be super cool, or I could just go with the flow better. I'm just not. I'm just a fixed sign. I don't like change, so I'm constantly being challenged with that. But, you know, generally speaking, you know, it seems like it's going to be an easier month for everyone, just in terms of like kind of settling down. I like that. I don't know about you guys. All right, I got my cards here. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising. Okay, this one's going to affect me too because my moon is in Libra. So yes, let's do a reveal. Womp womp. We have the 3 of Spades. La Bota. I think I already know where this is going. Hanged Man. Yes. Oh. And 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands, Hanged Man, La Bota, and 3 of Spades. Aw, man. Okay, and it's not to say that when I said, aw, man, like this sucks. This actually doesn't suck. But what were the air signs? Again, my moon's in Libra, so I'm going to consider myself part of this. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising. What we're being called to do in May is to get more structured and just kind of get down to brass tacks, right? So a lot of us may have been sort of, you know, from all of the chaos, knocked off course from whatever goals you're trying to reach or, you know, sort of work towards, right? So, you know, there's been, because of that chaos and it's kind of knocked us off of our course, we've been resistant to, you know, getting back into it. Well, I got to tell you, we're getting back into it. Now, a lot of us are still sort of stuck in the past, hanging on to that chaotic feeling, but that's where we need to migrate and integrate from. It's no longer that chaotic feeling if we can migrate and integrate back into a routine or some sort of structure. Now, here's the thing is if you start doing this, you'll be met by the universe. So it's not something that you have to do alone. And what it does is it reignites an already established mindset. So it's just kind of tickling that mindset that you've had in the past of being very productive, getting back down to business and focusing. So not resisting focusing and getting back down to business and getting some sort of structure is actually also going to remove you from the past, because you're not doing what you did in the past, which this most recent past was definitely, coming from chaos and busyness and unstructuredness, right? So in other words, to feel better and to feel more in your body, you're going to have to get some sort of structure, go back to a routine or create a new routine. But what's really nice is, again, the universe has your back. Your guides will give you all of the breadcrumbs of the soul. I call them breadcrumbs of the soul. They're like little cues, little clues, along the way, so you know what your next step is in regards to pulling yourself together, calling your energy back from whatever chaos you've recently been through. And again, it's a migration process, and it won't be as hard or as difficult as you're thinking that it will be, because your guides are going to be there with you. But you really do need to get some sort of structure. It is time to get back into a routine. And I know exactly what they're talking about with this for me personally. I have not been walking. I have not been doing physical activity. I personally had a huge thing knock me off course. So I know when I hear this for the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, it's time to get back down to business. Otherwise, what's happening is we're continuously living in the past. So we're time traveling to the past, but the past no longer exists. So we have to get ourselves in the now moment, and we really do have to work on that structure and that routine, and just give up the resistance to focus. We're going to stay stuck if we don't. So there's no progress moving forward. So we're kind of going to be forced to migrate and integrate what we've learned from the chaos, and now bring it into the present so that we can get that structure and routine going. But the universe will be there, and we will see the signs along the way, so we won't feel so alone. That's so beautiful. Oh my goodness, you guys. What a great month for May. Even though this felt like this last one with the air signs, it felt a little bit like, it's still really good for the outcome, for the big picture. So, May's not gonna suck. I'm just telling you that right now. May is not gonna suck. It's really gonna be a great step in evolution for our souls. So even the challenging times, because of course there are gonna be challenging times. That's part of the blueprint of being a human, are those triggers and flare-ups. We're starting to get a hold of them better, and we're starting to really now implement what we're learning about ourselves. So that's really awesome. This is fantastic. So if you like this video, please click the like video. Share this video too if you can, because it's really great, like I said earlier, for other people to receive these messages too, so that they have an idea of how they can navigate their human experience. And that's coming from you. So that is you helping other people. So please like, subscribe, share. I'm really looking forward to our next session together in Patreon. And if you're not in Patreon and you're watching this on YouTube, you know what? Please feel free to join us. We'd love to have you. We are a fabulous group of like-minded folks who are compassionate, kind, and really driven in terms of expanding our soul and our consciousness. We support each other, and we give each other advice. And what's really awesome is we are definitely developing and growing and shifting our soul evolution so that we can access our intuition, and we're doing things in life. None of us just sit around. We create, we materialize, all in a really safe, loving environment with a sick and twisted sense of humor, because that's just how we roll. So if that sounds like something you'd like to do and you'd like to join us in our Patreon group, please, I personally invite you. I know that you will add so much to this group, and we'd love to have you. So all you have to do is go to patreon.com/Terrie Huberman. All the information is down in the description center. It really is best to join at the beginning of the month so that you are able to join us in the weekly sessions, okay? Because once our weekly sessions are done, they're done live on Zoom, there's no opportunity for you to join in, right? And have that interaction. So it's really best to join at the beginning of the month, actually. So get ready for next month already and join us on Patreon. So stay connected. It doesn't matter how you stay connected. Just stay connected to yourself, your friends and family. Stay connected to me, and I'll see ya on the flip side.